The fragile ceasefire between Israel and Iran is under serious pressure. After weeks of relative calm, both sides have exchanged new attacks, raising fears that the Middle East could slide back into a wider conflict. The latest escalation began after Israel carried out strikes in Beirut's southern suburbs, saying it was targeting Hezbollah positions. Hezbollah is Iran's closest ally in Lebanon and has been at the center of repeated clashes with Israel. Iran responded by launching missiles toward northern Israel. It was the first direct Iranian missile attack on Israel since the ceasefire agreed earlier this year. Suddenly, a ceasefire that looked stable just days ago appeared to be falling apart. According to reports, Iran launched a wave of missiles toward northern Israel, describing the attack as retaliation for Israeli actions in Lebanon. Israeli defense systems intercepted most of the incoming missiles, although air raid sirens sounded across parts of the country. Iran argued that Israel had repeatedly violated the spirit of the ceasefire through ongoing military operations against Hezbollah in Lebanon. Tehran's message was direct. If attacks on its allies continue, Iran is prepared to respond. The missile launches immediately raised concerns that months of diplomatic efforts could be undone in a matter of hours. Israel responded quickly. Israeli aircraft launched strikes against military targets in Iran, including sites linked to missile operations and military infrastructure. Explosions were reported in several Iranian cities, including Tehran and other areas across central and western Iran. Israeli officials said the operation was a direct response to the Iranian missile attack. Iranian media reported explosions in and around the capital, while authorities warned that further Israeli attacks would be met with stronger retaliation. The exchange marked the most serious confrontation between the two countries since the ceasefire took effect. The situation became even more complicated when Yemen's Houthi movement launched a missile toward Israel. The Houthis, who are backed by Iran, have repeatedly targeted Israel and shipping routes during regional conflicts. Their involvement increases the risk that the crisis could spread beyond Israel and Iran. Instead of a two-sided confrontation, the region could once again face a wider network of conflicts involving multiple armed groups and countries. That is exactly what diplomats have been trying to avoid. As the violence escalated, the United States moved quickly to prevent a larger crisis. President Donald Trump publicly called on both Israel and Iran to stop attacking each other and continue efforts toward an immediate ceasefire. Following those appeals, officials from both countries indicated that attacks had been halted for the moment, although neither side ruled out future action if provoked. That means the ceasefire is still alive. But only barely. The situation remains extremely fragile. This crisis is about more than just missiles. A direct conflict between Israel and Iran has the potential to affect the entire Middle East. It could disrupt trade routes, energy markets, and regional security. It could also pull in other actors including Hezbollah in Lebanon, the Houthis in Yemen, and outside powers with interests in the region. That is why every new missile launch and every airstrike is being watched so closely around the world. The region remains on edge for now. Israel and Iran say they have paused their attacks. But the latest exchange shows just how fragile the ceasefire has become. One strike in Lebanon, one missile launch, one retaliation, and the region was suddenly facing the possibility of a much larger war. The ceasefire may still be standing, but after this latest round of attacks, it is clear that peace remains far from secure.